YouTube, this is Detailed Dale, and I want to welcome you to this haircut tutorial. In this video, we are going to be doing an almost to the skin drop fade with a crispy edge up by means of the straight razor. So check it out. If you find it beneficial, please make sure you hit that like button, and most of all, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you. We're going to clean off the back of his neck with the edgers, and then we're going to follow up with the shavers before we put on the chair cloth and neck strip. Now we're going to wet the top down, and we're going to start his guideline in the very front by cutting across the front from the left to the right, taking off about 1/2 inch. And that's where our guideline is set in. And now we're going to cut horizontally from the front to the back. You can see where the hair is the shortest, right there in the very front. We're going to bring everything down to that length using these Matakki shears. And this particular Matakki shear is called a Matakki dragon shear. These are the scissors that you want to use if you want to put out precise, crispy, accurate, smooth cuts. And as I cut from the front to the back, you can see that. Look at that. Look how even that is. Now we're going to cut from the front to the back. And we're going to cut from the right top side going to the back, and then we're going to cross over and then cut from the back, to the front left. Now as I tilt his head down, you can see how I'm bringing it all together. Just cutting the top. We did the center of the top, and then we did the right top, and now we're doing the left top. And you're not going to get everything. You're not going to pick up everything. You pretty much want to just be in the zone and the flow. Now we're doing the right side, the top of the right side. We're on the side of the head. We're not done with the top yet because we're going to bring it together, but we're doing the right side, and we're going to work like this all the way around to the left. Scissor over the fingers, over the top. Now we're in the back, the top of the back, working our way to the top left. Now as you can see, using the Matakki scissors, going upward on the top left side. Top left side. And I try to go as slow as possible, but I'm enjoying this process so much. You know, I might be moving faster than I need to. So now we're doing the top right, bringing the top right side to the top to blend in. That's that area of hair that we missed. But we missed it on purpose to just bring it all together. And if you have to go back and hit spots that you didn't get, then do it. There's nothing wrong with that. We call it cleaning it up. Cleaning it up. So on his top, he really didn't want that much cut off. He just wanted it even on top because it had been quite some time since he had his hair cut. So we're just bringing it all together, just making sure everything is really nice and even before we get into our clipper work. So now that we are into this clipper work, I'm using these masters and this masters with a number 3 attachment, starting from the left side and going against the grain upward. Going against the grain upward. And as we go to the back, you want to stay below that occipital bone that's in the middle of his head. Now we're on the right side, and we're using the number 3 attachments. Because what we're going to do is we're going to be bringing in the area that we cut with the clippers and the area that we cut with the scissors all together by using the scissor over comb method. We're bringing that clipper cut and the scissor cut together by doing this scissor over comb, and this is a taper comb, by the way, method. Of course, starting with the right side and then working our way around to the left side. Like they say, easy lemon squeezy, or easy peasy lemon squeezy, because this is really easy and it's fun. And if you're using some top-notch scissors, top-notch clippers, it's easier. Now we got this Andis clipper comb, and I'm using this Andis clipper comb in conjunction with the Andis master clippers, and just steady blending that in. And I could have stayed with the scissors, but just for the sake of this video, I just wanted to show you that this technique as well, to blend in, to bring that clipper cutting area in with the scissor cutting area. Just straight clipper over comb, clipper over comb. Now we're going to use a 0 attachment at the very, very bottom. Now, what I want to say about this, using this attachment, this haircut video is a drop fade with the razor edge up. He wants the bottom of his haircut to be like super, super close, but you can still see the line. That's what we're doing. That's what this haircut is. He still wants to see his edge up. So, you know, I could have went right in with no attachment and did it, but you know, hair textures are all different. So it's good to start with, you know, taking less hair off and then working your way down instead of just diving in, because I don't know if he have divots in his head, or, you know, if his hair is like thinner in another area than, so we start with that attachment. Now I'm using my Andis Masters with the lever halfway in. Not all the way open, not all the way closed, but just halfway in. And I'm using this Andis Master in conjunction with using the Andis clipper brush to remove any excess hair, because his hair is so close right down there at the bottom. We want to make sure we don't miss anything. So we brushing off all that loose hair. If sometimes people are sweating a little bit, hair can get sticky. That's when these brushes right here come in, you know, come in handy right then and there during those times. So with the blade like halfway closed, I'm going against the grain here at the very, very bottom, because he wants the bottom around the sides and the bottom in the back to be super close. He still wants to see his edge up. The only place he don't want to see an edge up is at the very bottom in the back, where we're just going to just fade it out at the very bottom. But as far as where his sideburns is at and his temple area and behind his ear, he wants to edge up around that. So we started with that 0 attachment going against the grain upward at the very bottom, and then I'm following up with the Andis Masters with no attachment, with the blade halfway up, or the lever halfway in the middle and going against the grain. So it's taking it shorter. And we're going all the way around to the left side. And usually with a drop fade, everybody like wears it just faded out at the very, very bottom. But this young man, you know, he wanted to keep a little bit conservative and still wanted to see, you know, his sideburns and his edge up at the bottom. So now I'm going back to that 0 attachment, and I'm gonna go up against the grain. Creating basically another line. We got 2 lines here that we're gonna have to knock out. The one that's on the very bottom, and then the one that we're creating over top of that. So now I'm taking out that line. And at this point, you're kind of like adjusting the lever with your thumbs. Maybe a little bit more open, a little bit more closed, but you're doing a lot of adjusting and brushing to making sure that blend is perfect. Now I'm going to the number 1 attachment and creating another line, but also taking out a line because he still wants that area up there to be kind of dark. So some people will call this fade, even though it's a drop fade, it's like a condensed fade, because the fading, blending area is in one little area going all the way around his head. It's not like a blend that's spread it out. It's more condensed on each side and in the back. You can see his occipital bone right there. We want to still stay below that back there and just blend everything on out. Nice and smooth. These condensed fades, they're really, really popular. They're popular over in Asia. They're popular over in the UK. Here in the United States, you're seeing a lot of people with this condensed fade haircut, inspired from the 30s and the 20s, Hollywood back in those days. And so it's really, really, really popular. And in these days, pretty much every style is in style. Everybody's wearing whatever they feeling, comfortable in their skin with. And so, and we support that. If you like it, we love it. So we're going to continue knocking out this line here with this number 1 attachment. And whatever remaining lines that we have, we blend them on out with thinning shears. And this particular shear that I'm using here is a Matakki Shark thinning shear. It takes out anything from smaller chunks to big chunks, just to blend everything in there smooth. You can't go wrong with Matakkis. I keep preaching that. I know it's like preaching to the choir, but you can't go wrong with Matakki at all, because they get the job done with excellence. And these shears truly honor our creativity. They really do. I love them. And this one right here is a Matakki Shark thinning shear. And you go to matakkishears.com and pick these up. So now we're moving right into the edging him up process, bringing his sideburns together using these Slimline Pros. And this is going to start our initial edging up process from the right temple around his sideburns to the back. He does want a crispy edge up, and we're going to give him one. Did I just say he does want a crispy? He do want a crispy edge up, and we're going to give him one. So we're using these Slimline Pros on the left side. And if you got to go back to blending, he's still got somewhat of a line there. So I'm definitely going to go back to continue blending them out. But right now the focus is putting a nice crispy edge up on it. It's a very, very, very nice blend. Removing all the excess hair, as you can see, around his neck area and ear before we apply that hot towel to him and the lather. So here's the lather that I'm using. I'm not going to say what lather I'm using because no one is sponsoring me right now at the moment or endorsing me. But I am using a pretty good lather around here with the hot towel. Can you see them vapors, those steams coming off there right there? Put the hot towel on them. Let that soften the hair, make everything nice and moist. They make gels out there that we can shave with that won't interfere with our vision when it comes to seeing where that line is at. But with me, with the hair is already nice and soft and ready to be cut, and I'm using a fresh blade every time. That's what we do at Sharper Barber. We use a fresh blade every time. That hair is going to come off. And I'm just using straight water going around his edge up, making sure we put the crispiest line on him possible. Going down the back right there. Over here to the left side, straight razor. Around his ear, and always remember to stretch that skin. Stretch it out, get good vision. Put the edge up on him. Using a little bit of gel in his hair. Remember to always put gel in the hair when the hair is wet. Put paste in when the hair is dry. But in this sense, in this particular haircut, we're just using just straight gel. And that's the look. That's the drop fade with the razor edge up. That's the right side right there. He's got that condensed fade that's kind of like dropping in the back. And there's the back right there. See the fade is below the occipital bone. There's the left side. He's good to go, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful. Please like, comment, and subscribe.